All right, we're live. You guys are all on camera with me. That's how I distribute mentally the anxiety of being in front of people. I make believe that all of you are in it with me. When I realize it's more like you versus me. Okay, never mind. That was one of my big coaching pushes in the beginning, is this not me versus you. It's me next to you, helping you. I know it doesn't feel like that when I bring you a 53-pound kettlebell and you wanted to use the 35. Like, it doesn't feel like you. That was wrong. All right, well, if you're like me and you're like broken up sore from the weekend, I need a tune-up today. If you're not like me and you took this whole weekend off, like on vacation, just dish the workout, right? Then maybe you go a little harder than a tune-up, right? Anytime I put a tune-up in the workout, it is always a variable level of intensity that you can bring to it. If you're like just hot, fresh, ready to go, then your air squats could become goblet squats if you want them to, right? Just go harder on the L sit, go harder on the flutter kicks. But what we're doing, 3 8-minute rounds, and I want them to be like moderate intensity for 6 minutes, and then 2 minutes of easy pace jump roping. So what that means is like literally like this fast, take a few deep breaths, go a little bit more. It's like continuous motion, but you're allowed to take some breaks in there. There's no counting on the jump roping. You don't have to do double unders. You don't have to do anything super strenuous. Just try to keep your body moving at a lower intensity. And then when the 8-minute hits, then you go back to your 40 air squats. All right, 90-degree flutter kicks. So you're laying on the ground. I would like for you to put your hands underneath your glutes. I'm probably gonna get dripped on here. So that you can press your small of your back hard to the ground, right? So if you have your hands out here, there's a lot more leverage on your spine, right? So you're using your hands under your butt in order to provide a little assistance for your abs. And then we're doing 90 degrees between the legs. Is 1, 2, 3, right? So it's 50 total or 25 per leg. Accumulate 30 seconds of an L sit. The way I'd like to do this today is I have 9 implements over there, and if we had a 10th person, we could just set out boxes. So you can either do a Matador or an adjustable pull-up bar. The Matador is a little bit easier to balance on. So if you're like Joe and you've got cat-like reflexes and you have good balance, I want you to try and do your L sit like this. Okay? Got it? Now, let's say the core needs more work and I need to keep my toes on the ground, right? I can still use a lot of abdominals in this position, even though my toes are on the ground. Actually, I'd like to be at 90 degrees. Let's go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. The lower you get to the ground, it actually gets harder. He doesn't know that yet, but he'll figure it out. All right. So try to keep your abs engaged even if you have your feet contacting the ground. A lot of people think about this as like, it's either a binary thing. I'm either sitting down, right? Or it's like the full L sit, okay? And realistically, there's a whole spectrum of resistance in the middle there, and you have to find where that is by experimenting with like how much pressure do I put in my toes versus my hands versus my abs. So you have to think about it a little bit. All right, banded monster walk. We're just gonna go, I have bands out, and it's just in your square about 3 steps, 10 times, okay? So down and back is 2. And I want you to alternate, like do some forward and reverse, do some side to side, okay? And then good mornings, so you should have a bar in the rack with a light weight on it. And then as you finish that, wherever you land, if it's like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, then great. You get 3.5 minutes of easy jump roping, right? But make sure that during the jump roping, you're not going to full exhaustion. You're just kind of staying busy for that last minute until you get to 8 minutes. All right, that's the workout. For warm-up, 5-minute steady pace cardio, then 3 rounds. Sideline clam, band is around your knees. You're laying the legs at 90 degrees, pin that hip in place, and we're just squeezing the upper leg outward, right? Drinking bird, and then sun gods. So drinking bird, slight stagger step, both knees bent. Make sure the knees don't knock out or lock out on the drinking bird, and then sun gods to the side and to the front. Okay, 30 and 30. Let's go 5 minutes.